Well, it is Jupiter Media that is your weekly up-and-comer. We gave you the stats before the break. 5-year annualized sales growth of 34%, stock nearly doubling in the past year. Jupiter Media provides internet research and sells photos and art, does trade shows. It also announced this morning that it's going to actually sell a division. In fact, a trade show unit, also selling a network of websites for $43 million in cash. Alan Meckler is CEO at Jupiter Media, and he joins us now. Generally, Alan, we have our up-and-comer series every Tuesday at this time. We don't have the CEO announcing a sale that morning. Tell us exactly what you did, why you did it, and how it's going to benefit your numbers.
Thanks. Search Engine Strategies, which is the trade show group that we sold, and the companion websites, the ClickZ network, was sold as a thriving business, but one that was not exactly keyed to our growth in the image area. So we've been looking for ways to redeploy some of our valuable assets in terms of helping us grow the image division.
And are you telling the market then that really that's where you want your strategic, because you're in a number of businesses, internet research, images, graphics, trade shows. Are you saying to the market, we want to be primarily an image company now?
Exactly.
Why is that a good strategy?
We believe the image business has dynamic and dramatic growth possibilities. We've seen that in our own company. We've seen that in the competitors. We feel we have a strategy that's much broader and wider than the competitors that we have. And one of the great ways to do that, of course, is having the financial flexibility to grow.
So what are you going to do with this $43 million then?
We have taken down recently some significant debt for a company of our size and to arrange the acquisitions made recently, and this will pretty much pay off our bridge loan and then give us the flexibility to borrow again and other means of raising money for some more acquisitions which we have in the pipeline.
So it's going to push down your debt to equity, but you said you're willing just now maybe to borrow more money in the future, correct? So debt cutting is not necessarily your top strategy, but you want to raise money to use it in a different way to further what you're saying as being an image company.
Exactly. Obviously, we had a bridge loan and we had senior debt. This will pay off the bridge and then give us the flexibility to go back to the banks and raise more funds if we decide to do so. We believe this is a great time for borrowing based on interest rates and would rather not dilute the stockholders.
Well, you mentioned acquisitions. I've got to assume, based on our conversation in the last couple of minutes, Alan, that images, graphics, et cetera, is where you want to make deals.
Exactly.
Are there companies out there to buy?
There are. There are numerous companies around the world, not necessarily as large as some of our recent acquisitions in the $60 million range. But if you look at our history over the last 2 years, we've acquired 7 companies for about $190 million, some of them for as little as $4 or $5 million, and there are many, many companies of that size out there that would be terrific in our portfolio.
Should we look at you as an advertising play? I mean, when you think of images, you think about companies using them for advertising, for marketing, et cetera.
I think the difference for us is, to a degree, what you said is true, but the difference for us is the growth of the internet and the use and need of images, not just by advertising and marketing companies, but organizations that want to have a sharper and cleaner look and changing look on their websites all the time. We offer the broad array of images that no other company offers, which will allow website operators to constantly, for a very economical price, update the look of their websites with a multitude of images ranging from animations to flash footage to clip art and to top-of-the-line photographs.
Are you ready to enter a price war with Getty?
We're not. We don't feel like we're competing with Getty. We feel we're much broader than Getty. Getty is a fabulous company, is doing a terrific job. Our strategy is somewhat different than Getty, although we certainly are competing in certain areas.
When you look at a company like Getty, the big knock on them is that it's always easy to steal this stuff. I mean, you can steal pictures. You can just hit right-click, save to. I mean, is that intellectual property theft a big concern for you?
Interestingly, in this industry, it polices itself fairly well. Obviously, there are certain regions of the world where we don't have control about how that happens. But for the most part, it has not been a problem either for Getty or for us or the other companies that are in the field.
So not a big worry for Jupiter Media?
Not at all.
All right, so Jupiter Media are up-and-comer. We were going to talk about your core business, but you're making headlines this morning, so I figured we'd just take the conversation that way.
Sure.
Alan Meckler, CEO of Jupiter Media, again, selling a division, a trade show division, also a group of websites associated with that division for $43 million. Want to make maybe some deals in the future with that money to further their strategies being an images company. All right. Still to come on Morning Call, we're going to talk about pizza stocks. That's right. We're talking about pizza stocks. Actually, the price of cheese is helping people make money. We're not kidding. It's an interesting story. We'll have more of it after the break. Way later on today, in fact, today into tomorrow, former President Bill Clinton is holding a conference in New York next month that he calls his Global Initiative. Goals include fighting world poverty and global warming. Later on today, much later on, we'll be chatting with the former president, and you will hear his comments on tomorrow's Morning Call, 45 minutes after the hour. Got a lot more to get through. Come back and join us on a Tuesday. We'll see you right after this.